What's going on, everyone? Badger here. Hope you're having a great day. And yeah, this new Jedi Order director, Sharmeen Ultra, it ain't going anywhere. Past things she said have come out, and it's just the energy she's bringing with it, and an already divided fan base ready for attack. Yeah, it's everyone's making the rounds on this, and past things are coming out. Here we have an opinion piece from Bounding in the Comics, but I'm wagering that this opinion is the same one that we all have. The cognitive dissonance at Disney continues. In an interview with CNN, upcoming Star Wars director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy sounded off on the historical significance of her being hired to lead the untitled Rey film. There's really nothing significant about it. There's been women directors before. Women have been instrumental characters behind the scenes and in all of the films for decades. The only real significance she's going to try and say is that she has slightly more melanin in her skin to direct an actual Star Wars movie. Other than that, there's a bunch of women that she's discounting and trying to make it seem like this is a big deal when really the focus would be just make a good film. As we continue here, the so-called historical significance of her being hired to lead the Untitled Rey film that we're all calling New Jedi Order because they say it's 15 years after the sequel trilogy and she's rebuilding the Jedi Order, declaring that she is thrilled about the project because we're in 2024 now, and I think it's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away. Even though we've had a woman shaping the story in the galaxy far, far away since Kathleen Kennedy took over almost over 10 years ago now, because they've done so much. There's the trio of happy people. With media interviews like this for Star Wars directors, there's not much for fans to be excited about. While journalists at CNN might find it cool that an award-winning documentarian and co-chair of the 2017 World Economic Forum annual meeting is doing a Star Wars movie, and by the way, when I read that she has a World Economic Forum profile, I was like, oh shit. Well, that makes a lot of sense. We know exactly what her politics are and what she's pushing, what she believes in. And here we have of what they think we want. The actual, this is opinion pieces: Jedi, smugglers, the Force, Inquisitors, bounty hunters, Sith acolytes. Yeah, new eras on the Star Wars timeline. Does Obaid-Chinoy have anything to say about these things? I would wager many a thing, including probably my life, that Sharmeen Ultra has not actually watched one single Star Wars movie all the way through, start to finish. Maybe she was a kid when she was a kid. It was on in the background. But I feel very confident in saying she's probably not watched an actual Star Wars movie of the only 1 through 6 actual Star Wars movies. Sure, she might have watched Disney fanfic. But yeah, look, here's all the women she's discounting. First of all, Marsha Lucas, who was George Lucas's ex-wife, instrumental in the first 2 movies. Instrumental. Who dramatically shaped A New Hope. Star Wars Rebels co-creator Carrie Beck, Obi-Wan director Deborah Chow, or Mandalorian director Bryce Dallas Howard, and Ahsoka director Jennifer Getzinger, and Geeta Vasant Patel. Ooh, Geeta Vasant Patel sounds like she has as much melanated skin as Sharmeen Ultra. Why wasn't that significant? This is more significant because it's an actual movie, and that was just a Disney Plus scrub show. I mean, which is, I guess it's true, but damn, why you got to do your fellow girl like that? Your fellow strong woman of color. Unlikely by all metrics, Sharmeen Ultra is highly accomplished. Oh, you know what? For this one, I will, because this is the thing is like, yeah, why are you having her direct a Star Wars movies? Obaid-Chinoy is highly accomplished and talented as a filmmaker, and her filmmakers are documentary, and they're all about abuse of women in the Middle Eastern world and Pakistan. Guess what? That's fine. Not talking shit about that at all. That's great. 100%. Those are the women you should be fighting and struggling and representation for. Yeah. And I get that her comments that we're about to watch right now are in that context, talking about like the men she likes to make feel uncomfortable are those specific men. At least that's really what I hope she's talking about. But it just in general, it's just, again, God, could you imagine if a man said, I'd like to make women feel uncomfortable in any context? Here, let's see what she says. Let's see. We'll get rid of that because I'm a professional. Have this there. Move here. And let's have Sharmeen say what she says.
This is happening now. And so you are watching the lessons of, and it's a dramatization of the lessons of it. As an activist and an artist, do you make that calculation?
If only she was an artist and then an activist.
Who is my target? You talked a little bit about, I want women to watch this and I want them to feel empowered. and I want my daughter to have heroes, I couldn't help but notice a thread through each of these, that the men were assholes.
And again, I hope I'm proven wrong, and I hope she does not take this energy and thought process. But how could you not? Because that's the one thing we've learned about these activists. It is their entire being. It would be impossible. First of all, what do you think you're hiring to do a Star Wars female-led movie when you hire her? You know what you're getting. You know what she's good. You know all the men will be toxic as fuck. There'll be no good male representation. There'll be no true good masculinity. I hate that toxic. No. There will be no good, strong, regular, honorable men who are kind to women, kind to children, and destroy fucking anyone that would hurt the women or the children. Other than that, they're just controlled monsters. That's what a good man is, a controlled monster. Jordan Peterson talks about this. Someone who, at the drop of a hat, could murder anyone trying to hurt their family or their neighbors or their friends. We see no positive depictions of masculinity, honorable, follow through, hardworking, none of that. They're all either bitch made betas or just complete assholes. And what do you think she's going to show us in this new Star Wars movie?
And I'm wondering.
And again, because Star Wars is a girl brand now, that Disney's made it a girl brand. Because that excuse of, oh, you have plenty of representation, that's getting less and less because you're taking it all. So what are God help if you're a small boy, if you're a boy growing up in today's, I have a nephew Badger who's going on to be 10. And it terrifies me what is told to him in the world, the sins that are put on him because he's a boy.
As one of them. What is the balance of activating a force for change?
You said force.
But also trying to permeate that patriarchy, that power structure. And is that a part of the calculation of your art as well? And
patriarchy, I mean, obviously it exists, but the way they're like, it's this all-powerful Dr. Evil patriarchy. Bro, matriarchy exists too, then, if you want to go that route.
And what's been the reaction to that?
Oh, absolutely. I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy.
Yeah. And you know damn well she meant, and now I'm realizing she meant more than just the context of those men. She meant men in general.
Enjoy making men uncomfortable.
Look at this. Yes, queen.
Not you, just
yeah, not you, John, because you're not a man. Let's look at the joy in her face.
Not you, just not you. Joy making men.
Part of the calculation of your art as well, and what's been the reaction to that?
Oh, absolutely. I like to make men uncomfortable. I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
This new Jedi Order movie is going to be so awesome. I know she's talking, but just here's the thing. I know you're saying it's completely different. If you don't think she's going to bring this attitude and this energy into the writing, casting, filming, and every other fucking aspect of this movie, I got some things to sell you.
Not you, just not you. Not you.
Point taken. Point taken.
But it is important to be able to look into the eyes of a man and say, I am here, and recognize that. And recognize that I am working to bring something that makes you uncomfortable, and it should make you uncomfortable because you need to change your attitude. And it's only when you're uncomfortable, when you're shifty, when you have to have difficult conversations, that you will perhaps look at yourself in the mirror and not like the reflection, and then say, maybe there is something wrong with the way I think, or maybe there is something wrong with the way I am addressing this issue.
This is happening now.
And I hope everything she just said, she applies to herself when she looks at framing, making, writing, filming, whatever, a Star Wars movie that is for everyone. It is for everyone. This movie should not be aimed at women, and it should not be for women. It should be for Star Wars fans who are both men and women. It should have complicated men characters and complicated women characters. It should have strong women and strong men. It should have weak women and weak men, villains alike. Like, fuck me. It's not hard. It's not hard. Can't wait to see the next thing she says regarding Star Wars. I can't wait. Oh my God, she better calm this all down right now. Separate it. So, oh no, I've watched already the Star Wars. Okay. You know what you think of this, ladies and gentlemen? I know all the people that are going to come in here and say Star Wars is dead. Just yeah, hey, we got to talk about something. All right. They won't let us. They won't let the body go. They won't let us bury it. They're continuing to drag it out and parade it and dress it up. So there's nothing else to do but talk shit on it and hope, scream to the skies that maybe one day they'll learn. Not looking like that's going to happen. Please let us know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And we will see you on whatever the hell is next.